Hey everyone, and welcome back. So I want to talk about something which, I've been hearing stuff about this for the last, I don't know, week and a half or so, give or take, maybe 2 weeks now actually. But I didn't really know what to think of it just because, I can't tell sometimes what is just like a rumor and stuff. And so I wanted to be a little cautious, but now we actually do have something a little bit more official in some ways in regards to Shout Factory, Scream Factory, and kind of what's going on right now. It's a little bit weird. So first off, as of this recording, now this could all change by the time this video is posted, and actually part of me hopes maybe at least part of it will for the better, but for the moment, we do have a couple of Shout Studios, I think it's technically studios now, Shout Studios releases, which are some of more of the Hong Kong films, which I am very excited about. And then we have one Scream Factory announcement. Now we might have more, I hope we have more, but at least as of this recording, there's only one. So let's get to the Shout ones. Now I'm not going to actually go over details because I actually want to get to the other part, is kind of the main point. But just real quick, as far as the movies go, there is a new 4K and Blu-ray release of the movie End of Watch with Jake Gyllenhaal getting a new release coming January 20th. Up for, I believe it's $35.99, and that is going to be a steelbook version. Next up, the next two actually are in the Hong Kong ones, and these are two John Woo films, so I'm very, very happy. First one is Bullet in the Head getting a new 4K and Blu-ray release. Coming January 6th for $32.99, so I'm definitely excited about that, as well as the next one, which is Once a Thief, getting a 4K and Blu-ray release coming January 27th for $32.99 as well. So happy we're getting more and more John Woo, stuff from that Hong Kong library. I mean, there's a ton of other films as well, but specifically John Woo because I love John Woo's films. So I'm glad those are actually set for January. Now, so as far as Scream Factory goes, again, as of this recording, the only thing is we're getting a steelbook, a 4K Blu-ray steelbook of World War Z for $35.99, which is just a re-release of the one they already put out just now in a steelbook. And as far as I can tell, that's it. Again, as of this recording, if that changes, there are more announcements. I'll save it for another video. But so here's the thing. There's been a lot of rumors going around whether or not. Okay, first of all, some people are kind of going off the rails on some of this stuff. Shout Studios, Shout Factory, whatever, isn't going anywhere. They're here to stay, especially with this new Hong Kong deal. Like, they're here. The thing that seems to be a little bit up in the air right now is Scream Factory. Now, it wouldn't make any sense, in my opinion, to dissolve that part of the company unless there's a reason, like another reason for it. They may just be in a current kind of like reconfiguring of how they want to handle Scream Factory especially as far as budgeting goes for the year and all that. I mean, obviously we still have the 4K of Day of the Dead coming. I mean, so that's unless certain titles like that are only going to be Shout Studios, not Scream Factory, it just wouldn't make sense. Spend all these years creating the Scream Factory label and then just get rid of it. Because again, it's still the same company overall. It's not like it's a whole different company, but I don't know. There's a lot of questions at the moment just because it obviously, because there have been a lot of us who have been wondering, because for, a good chunk of the year now, we're getting a lot more just re-releases from Scream Factory. Now, I mean, for the most part, actually, I should say, in the case of some of the re-releases, I mean, they're 4K upgrades, so they're not like 100% re-releases, but they're 4K upgrades of previous Blu-rays. Now, personally, I'm okay with that because it's like I do want 4K upgrades because these 4K upgrades, they're new transfers and all that. And I've been actually, for the most part, very happy with at least a lot of them. So I hope that's not going away. So I don't know. I don't want to speculate too much on Scream Factory just yet until we kind of know a little bit more. But I just for the moment, at least, I do have some worries and concerns because, I mean, it's physical media. I don't want, another, a company or even part of a company to kind of disappear, especially when it comes to horror titles. No matter what you think of Scream Factory overall, it wouldn't be a good thing if they're all of a sudden gone. So I hope that's not the case. But the other thing that has officially happened is now Shout Factory no longer has their web store. That is now actually closed. In fact, if you go to the shoutfactory.com website, the store site and everything, like it just takes you to this other site that now is doing their releases. Now it is official. It's not like some third party, technically it's a third party, but I just mean like it is their official store, as far as like, I can't even talk, what they're selling stuff, like pretty much everything that they had before, as far as, if you wanted to not go to another place, Amazon or some of these other places to buy their titles, you order them instead from what used to be shoutfactory.com. That's where you get the exclusives, whether it was a poster or some of their bundles or something like that, or again, website exclusives and stuff. Those will still be around. They'll just be on this new website. Well, actually, it's not a new website. It's actually been around for a while. So the new official home of all the Shout titles is groove.com, which again has been around for a while. It's gruv.com. Now, there is also a Canadian version of it. For those of you in Canada, it is groove.ca. Shout was sending out these emails. I'm sure most of you probably got it, but just going to kind of go over it real quick. So obviously they excited to announce that Groove will be the new home for their e-commerce store. As a result, shoutfactory.com will point to our new home on Groove starting November 3rd, which is today as of this recording. In the new version of the store, you'll continue to find Shout Factory's new and upcoming releases, exclusive promotions, handpicked collections, deep catalog, and more, all in one convenient place. By the way, Groove is a store, so they sell other stuff as well. They obviously also have all the Shout Factory stuff now. And as usual, you'll find dedicated category pages devoted to our most popular releases, Scream Factory, which is mentioned here, thank goodness, the Hong Kong stuff, the anime stuff, Shout Select, and much more. And actually, now this next part is cool. Finally, we're happy to announce that with the launch of the new store, all orders will be eligible for free standard shipping in the US with no minimum order requirements. I don't know if that's permanent or just, for a little bit, but still, that's a cool thing. What was it? Like, you had to spend, was it $75, $100 or something to get free shipping on stuff? But anyway, now I do want to mention two things real quick, because this is even something I was wondering about. So if you already have orders in on Shout Factory from before November 3rd, which I do, a couple pre-orders, and also I took advantage of some of the sale. They did say that all orders placed before November 3rd will be fulfilled through the previous e-commerce infrastructure, and all pre-orders placed before November 3rd for a release coming out through the end of December will be fulfilled through the previous e-commerce infrastructure. So basically anything that you've ordered before November 3rd from them will still kind of come in pretty much the same way. But now going forward, any order is obviously going to be done through this groove.com. Now, is this like bad news? Technically, no. I mean, it actually almost makes more sense that they pretty much just put most of their energy into creating all the discs and releases and everything, and then letting this company put out, sort of handle the shipping and the orders and the shipping and stuff. Like, honestly, I don't have a problem with that. And also, to my knowledge, because it's something that I do, as far as I know, they do ship out stuff as it becomes available. So like, because for me, I used to make like massive orders for Shout, Scream stuff. Like a lot of pre-orders, obviously that would all have different dates, but they ship as soon as they come available. They don't ship until everything is in stock. And as far as I know, this is the same case here, which is good. I'd rather place like one big order and then just, luckily I have stuff to ship as it comes available, rather than just, doing a bunch of small orders and stuff like that. But again, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think the only thing that is weirding me out right now is what does this mean going forward, especially for like Scream Factory stuff, even for Shout Studios. Like, what are they doing? I mean, I have a feeling that, at least maybe for now, the Hong Kong thing may very well just be their number one thing, because that is an extremely major deal that they made, for all those Hong Kong films. So everything else may just kind of fall below that. I just hope the stuff that does fall below it doesn't disappear for good. Because on the off chance that some of that stuff does, go away, yes, there are luckily other companies that could pick up some of the titles that would normally come out, through Shout, Scream and stuff. I mean, if you have Arrow, Vinegar Syndrome, Kino, and a bunch of other companies, which is good, but there would still be titles that maybe those other companies wouldn't put out that Shout, Scream would. So it's kind of one of those where it's like, having one less company around putting out physical discs, specifically for horror titles, is not good. I mean, for all their faults, I mean, it's still been a much better thing to have Scream around than not. So I don't know. I mean, hopefully at the end of the day, maybe this doesn't mean anything. Maybe they are just kind of restructuring a little bit, and then, you know, before you know it, things will be kind of back, hopefully not back to normal. Hopefully they're better. And maybe that'll start in the new year. Maybe, you know, there really won't be much else kind of going on until, you know, to 2026, and then going forward, we'll see what happens. Who knows? But I don't know. It's change, you know. Some of us, like, I can handle change, but I don't like sudden change, you know. It's like, can you kind of ease me into it at least a little bit? So yeah, I don't know. You know, I know there are other announcements and stuff like that, which I'm going to get to in another video. I kind of felt like this almost needed its own thing. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on all this. Let me know if you've heard anything. I mean, I don't have any like inside scoop on this. I'm just kind of more just stating, you know, my opinion and things like that. So yeah, so let me know your thoughts on all this. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. And a special shout out to my channel members. Thank you so much. You really, really mean a lot.